Hello, Mandy here from ISTech UK, and a brief demonstration of the private fund manager software for the use of clubs and wraparound care. Just jumping into the software here. So this is the software itself. It links automatically with pupil record systems, so that all information on the pupils is automatically here, synchronized on a daily basis. We know all about the pupils, their parents, contact names, medical information, etc. Here on the screen I'm currently showing is where we set up ledger codes, so cost codes or nominal codes. We can have a different one of these for each of our clubs. We may just have the one club. We can have a different one for each term if it would be useful to see who attended each term, how much they paid, how much they owe, etc. And so I might have an after school club, which I've put ACH, summer 19. Coding is entirely up to you. It's whatever makes sense when you're running reports and doing data entry. After school club, summer term 19, excuse my spelling. And what we can do then is allocate the appropriate pupils to this particular club. Mine is a very small list. This is usually an entire school, just because it's a demo system. We can search by classes or by year groups, and we simply double click a person's name to add them to this particular club. Might be that they don't come, but this is adding them so that if they do choose to do so, we can record and use their information. Top left hand corner then we have a register system, so we simply choose, and I've got quite a lot of different ones, we choose the particular club we're interested in and all the pupils I've added to it appear on the list. We put in a session cost, I'm putting £7.50, and then if this is a just turn up and you get billed if you do turn up type system, then we simply use the mouse click to register who has attended on each day. If we need to add additional children, it's no problem. We go back to the original screen and we simply double click additional children to pop them on this particular club. So it's the click of the mouse that puts the tick in, and that automatically incurs the debt for the session. At this point it's not to do with whether they've paid or not, it's whether they've attended. If certain children get a discounted price, we just use these boxes down the middle of the screen to say Charlie Neuer only pays £5 a session, and you'll note as I click that's what goes into the payment side of things. Or we could have some sessions at one price, so Louisa might get Mondays and Fridays for £0, but then pay the full whack for the rest of the week. We can do these ticks once we know if someone has arrived, or you can set them up in advance. So if you want people to sign up for certain days for the whole of a half term, for example, we would put the ticks in advance and use this button in the top right, to copy it to all the subsequent weeks so that it knows what to charge them for each of the weeks of the term or the half term. You can of course untick certain days if they have a valid reason for not wanting to be there. So we do it in arrears or in advance, it makes no difference, it simply adds that debt to this particular student account. Elsewhere in the system there's an area called Screen Inquiries and Reports, and there are some options in here under Pupil Reports to look up our trip or our club, and then at the bottom half we've got all sorts of payment information. The top half is all the contact information. So payments received, for example, tell us what the person owes, what they've paid, and therefore what's left over. And we've got buttons on the right to get debtor lists, but also to write emails and letters automatically to people if they owe us money, using the hash codes as a mail merging system. If we want to, there's also an invoicing module built in, so we can create invoices for the after school club. So we can put a date range in, we can put our own narrative and our reference in, we can lay the invoice out exactly as we want with our own letterheads and our own colours and boxes and logos. So it's automatically going to look at the ticks that we put in on the registering system and create an invoice for us. terms of paying, we have another area of the system. As you can see, this is the banking area. So if it's straightforward cash and cheques that you're taking, we simply pop in the code for our After School Club. A list of all the children appears with what they currently owe based on the ticks, and we can go in and enter a cash or cheque amount, cash if it's cash, or a cheque number if it's a cheque. And this goes onto our banking screen to be banked at a later date. We also have a direct area which will automatically read payments off your bank statement, assuming you have online banking. So you can get parents to pay by direct debit or by bank transfer, and the system will automatically read that in, ask you who the pupil is, and once you've done that once, it will remember it for subsequent payments. And we have an internet receipts link. So if you're using Parent Pay, Parent Mail, School Comms, etc., there is an automatic read of the file. You don't have to then be telling it who the pupil is or the parent is. It knows and it puts the money in the appropriate place. We have a variety of other reports based on that money in and money out. So of course you can get summary reports that will tell us all the payments received, all the payments made out, and therefore what money we've got in that particular account. We have profit and loss and balance sheet type reports, audit trail for year end, and of course things like bank reconciliation if that's appropriate. Very straightforward, easy to set up. That's the PFM system for clubs. If you'd like any more information, just contact us via the website or give us a call. Thank you. So that was www.isktechuk.com. Bye bye.